Hello, 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 and we're here to discuss the most important matter, which is cuckoldry. Yes, it is cuckoldry. And it is Sticky Ricky with
I don't know.
an awkward guy on the couch and Jeeves, the fancy butler. Anyways,
No, he's the guy from AskJeeves.com.
Oh, you still exist, man? How did you survive?
Ask him anything.
Ask him anything. Culture.
What's this thing? What's this extra?
It's a pop filter, so you can go.
Oh, it's just for like echoes and stuff?
Yeah.
Fancy ass microphone. Anyways.
Expensive microphone.
It's decent price, you know. Blue Yeti, you know. No, this one was probably more in the Hyundai category, I'm guessing.
Decent.
Yeah. The 50 one would probably be a lot more. Anyways. So
Well, you can't forget that some of your listeners might not know what the cuck culture really means. and what it
they
means
don't
to-
know about
They don't know
cuckoldry
about
or
We know
cuck lives matter or
They do.
you're a
Wow.
cuck or I'm a cuck. We're all cucks. We come from the interesting thing is you might have an ancestor
Later, guys.
later. The interesting thing is most likely you have an ancestor that cucks somebody. Just saying.
Or
Cut
has.
that part out.
You might be dead.
Edit that part out.
That space where you were walking at the door.
Ah.
Back to the big question, Sticky Ricky. What is cucking? And how do you do it?
How do you do it? Okay, you get a girlfriend, I'll show you. No, I'm just kidding. So,
Would you be a bull?
Yeah, but what happens with... Never mind.
okay, so for cucking,
Nice.
or cuckoldry, general definitions, at least on the internet, is this idea of fucking someone else's significant other
While they watch.
in front of them.
Yeah.
Or, as cuckservatives go, it's basically letting someone else fuck over your country. So it can mean a lot of different things, but usually it means letting someone fuck what is yours. Now, sometimes...
Like, that's my flashlight.
That's my flashlight!
Yeah, walk into your room, middle of the
Whoa,
night,
whoa.
I'm just standing there with your flashlight.
Would you be okay if he had a double-sided flashlight and he only used the side that you don't
Well-
use?
Do you think those would be long enough to share it without
No, you
punking
can
each
share a
other?
hobbit torso.
Do you- like the equivalent to the double dildo for lesbians. You know? Do you think that wouldn't
They could. It would be floppy though. It'd be floppy. You have to
take turns holding?
you have to hold it with both hands.
Teamwork it. Man.
Teamwork
No,
it.
each one only holds their own Johnson.
It would be like a saw basically, like back and forth,
Yeah, you're
forth.
just like, without touching the other person, unless you're like that full-on gay about it.
Or you're just that long,
Jerking
you
each
know.
other off, basically.
Maybe you're just that long. Could be the case as well, but or maybe the thing's so short that you know.
I mean, some of them are only like 5 inches long.
Yeah, I think mine was like 6 or 8. I
Hobbit
don't.
torso?
No, the
that's
the pocket
Oh
the
my.
yeah.
Compensated? I don't know what I'm saying.
Overcome.
So, I'm sure everybody would love to hear the story. The story of Smiles on that one Wednesday night. Now, he liked to be watched.
You want
Who
it.
like to be watched?
Smiles, man.
He wanted
For that
everybody to
Wednesday
watch.
night. For discretion,
Comments
we'll
on
just
this.
call him
Oh yeah.
the cat killer.
Okay,
That sounds like a
so yeah, Cat Killer McGee. So our friend Cat Killer, he that wasn't cuckoldry.
Well, yeah, I guess not. It was more like an
That was
accident.
it.
Like a
Unintentional. That was
Like
an
a
unintentional
side
three-way
branch.
to.
Unintentional exhibitionism.
well, no,
Be-
that's a whole
because
other
basically
issue.
I was already inside of her and he got inside of her mouth.
So does that
Didn't
mean
he
he
come
cucked
and
you?
interrupt you?
No, it's okay because I'm already in her. So if anything, it's more like
Dude, he forced
She's just
you.
getting
it was spit roast.
He
Or
totally
was
forced
everybody
you-
else getting in the room getting
No, now
Oh,
basic.
yeah.
Oh, it could be. Well, no, basically now.
What's that called if you forced them to watch and they didn't want to? Like, you just kind of surprised them like our friend Smiles did.
Well, I guess I didn't want to watch, but I didn't really see it. I closed my
Yeah, he
eyes.
came up to you and interrupted, if I remember right.
Yeah, I did.
You totally cucked him.
To be fair, you took her first.
No.
You fluffed her.
Fluffed. That's all.
The fluffer, and you're the cucker, and he's just cleaning up the mess.
He's making more than that.
Well, no, he put a bag on so he'd be clean to go.
Yeah. Oh God.
I mean, but this doesn't
Do you
really
got any real examples of
cuckoldry? Tons of examples.
beautiful love?
Does
affairs?
Jeeves ask Jeeves? Does he have any examples
The
of cucks?
greatest cuck who ever lived.
Oh, so we're gonna talk about the alpha cuck to start with. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we're
the
starting
alpha
straight
cucks.
up.
Alpha
Probably.
cuckage.
That way we go into this without cucks looking like they're completely all just bullshit.
Yeah, cucks are not always the lowest of men. Sometimes they're the highest of men. So who is what is the name of this high gentleman,
They call them the Black Swordsman.
aka Guts from Berserk? Now, Guts from Berserk is one of the I consider one of the most interesting cuck stories because in a way he first cucked his friend Griffith in a sense because Griffith thought that he had the power in the relationship for years, and then Griffith thought that even though he didn't want Casca, he had Casca, and he thought even more so that Guts was his. But then Guts showed him wrong and walked away, leaving Griffith mentally broken and going into the arms of a thought.
Oh no, not a
Thought princess, to be
not
exact.
Well, that's a whole nother topic. I didn't want to think about thoughts.
And-
I thought about it.
You thought about the thoughts of thought game. You can't not think of thoughts because, it's in our nature.
I got a question. Maybe some other people have wondered this as well. In a cucking scenario,
Okay.
do the participants, do they each have labels like the cucker, the cucked? Well, I don't know if that. I guess that's, that's probably what it is.
The like the good, the bad, and the ugly. Like
Yeah.
the cuck,
Oh, I'm
the
guessing
cucked,
the ugly is just
and
ugly.
and the voyeur. The guy who watches like, oi. Okay.
Like, is one of them called a cuck?
Yes.
Or
Okay.
is it
So.
more of a verb, something that you do.
So
it's not really a title, it's a
cuckold.
mode.
So cuck is kind of used as an insult right now on the internet, but cuckoldry is kind of just the term for getting
the concept. Of
yeah.
What it is. in general.
But it's basically like if you have a wife or a girlfriend and someone's banging her.
I just want an easy way to identify each party member.
Yeah, so if
describe
now
the character.
if you kind of have a voyeur
Call him
situation, sometimes the guy who's cucking you is called a bull or like a chad
Oh,
or
yeah,
like
that's right.
just he's the guy who's cucking you. So
That's the only label I've heard for the situation, so I've been overusing it.
yeah,
to
bull is a pretty good
express the
label.
meaning of,
Because sometimes the guy picks the bull, and a lot of times, like on the internet, like if you go on things like Pornhub, you'll find.
I feel like if you're gonna be a bull, you should be picky.
Well,
Right,
usually the bulls are like
You want to be watched. So
big,
you gotta decide who is worth watching you.
like bigger and more muscular than other guys, and sometimes blacker.
So, yeah, so
But
how would you pick who to cuck? Would you do it based on the lady or the guy watching you? Like, he looks like he would be miserable if he watched.
No,
I want
bulls take
this
what they want.
relationship
Yeah.
bankrupt.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on what the bull wants out of it. Because if the bull,
What's more important to the bull? The
If-
lady
if-
or them? Well, that sounds weird.
if the bull starts saying something like, "Hey, I wanna, what is it called? I wanna get that really pretty lady. Like I'm gonna take her from you,
Oh
loser."
man,
Then,
what if you want her kids to watch?
oh,
Well, let's just change the subject.
oh.
And let the kids join
Learn
in.
something about.
Actually,
That's the bull.
that could happen. So.
Ah, my God, it sounds like some. Dark...
Yeah, no, we're talking about something darker, but I can explain it very simply. If you're a single mother and you invite a man into your household,
Oh,
he is
God.
going to see those children not as his children in many cases, but he's going to see them as his property. And there's a difference in there because he sees that girl, he sees her as property, and he's going to tap that ass. If he sees that young boy, he might tap that ass.
What if he doesn't want the kids to watch, but she does? No, that's weird.
Maybe, well, then
Or
the
she
mom
just
has some
doesn't have
problems.
a good babysitter. I don't know.
It's a good
I
babysitter.
don't want to talk about.
It's a pretty horrible story, but one time somebody watched me, and
I know.
You know what?
I was there.
This-
no, not that. Sorry.
If we're gonna talk about Sticky Ricky's past experiences, let's just talk about pillows.
Wednesday night.
What do you guys like to do with your pillows?
No. See, the
We
thing
really wanna
is,
bring that up.
cuckoldry should be the topic now.
Yeah, it is.
Now Guts
No,
was
no,
ultimately
no.
cucked by the God Hand, by metaphysical forces beyond his control, pinned down by demons.
Oh no!
Got his arm bit, and then he cut it off himself because he was angry as his former friend with his demon tentacle powers was banging his black GF.
But she looked like she enjoyed it.
That's the worst part. Because, people don't tell you this, but sometimes...
At that point...
But women sometimes get wet when they get raped. Just saying.
Well, it's not the mental turn on. It's all physical.
It's physical, yeah.
But then they start thinking it's mental, and they start... Oh, that's where
I'm so shameful.
Yeah, no,
that's where the trauma comes.
The funny thing is, and this is mostly because people don't understand biology or they never read a book on it, but most likely your ancestors raped people, and your female ancestors were women that were raped and didn't fight too much. Because the women that fought too much, they got killed. And then the woman who submitted, it's like, okay, I keep you. So most women...
Or at least it's the same person from then on. Wow.
Well, basically, what you're breeding in women is like a submission and a desire to be dominated. Well, for men, it's a little bit different.
Oh, great. Now you got all the feminists on your ass.
Well, the bonobos, which are a subspecies of chimpanzees, actually.
Let's just talk about this to make the feminists happy real quick.
The women, whenever the males try to dominate, they'll pin down the weaker man and tear off his balls and kill him.
So if they're able to, they want to dominate.
All my bonobo furries out there, wait till she makes the first move.
Or hyenas. Female hyenas are very, very big and tough, so they actually kick the ass of male hyenas. And this is the thing. If the female is bigger than the male, then she's going to kill him or beat his ass.
Both the males.
How do you pronounce that? Bonobo or bonobo?
Bonobo?
Bonobo? That'd be a great furry to be.
Wait, what were you saying?
What the male hyena? Someone beats the bigger female.
What if a bonobo actually... Well, this is the thing. They're using gang tactics, usually. I mean, the bonobo, I guess, could, breed with a... So this is what happens. So if bonobos go outside of their valley where they're safe and they meet chimpanzees, the chimpanzees kill the weaker men, and then they basically assert their dominance and start smacking the hell out of bonobo chicks and say, bitch! And then the bonobo chicks are like, oh! That felt good. And then they have the babies.
They're not used to those big, strong chimpanzees.
The big, strong... Chimpanzees
We're not talking about real monkeys. Guess what?
Chimpanzees are some
some
muscular people.
We're calling them Mondays now.
Mondays. Yeah, Mondays.
Nobody likes Mondays.
Oh, okay.
We call them chimpanzees now.
We're not talking.
Chimpanzees are awesome.
They're all monkeys. So. Wait a minute. Am I sensing some racism in this corner? Yes.
Maybe. Yes, some racism.
But, only because I find it amusing, not because we're trying to be mean. It's just, well, yeah, I know.
We could have the race question later.
Off topic, man.
No, it's all good. It's all good. So yes, Guts got out of that metaphysical thing. In some sense, a broken man, a cucked man, but a man that was driven towards a great vengeance. A man that is driven to literally kill a god with his sword and his grit alone, with his willpower.
Revenge of the cuck.
Basically, yeah, to be an alpha cuck, to focus yourself on a goal such as that. The things that Guts does in the series is ridiculous. He's willing to risk it all. He's willing to fight impossible odds.
Okay, wait. You guys talking about a real story?
Yeah.
I thought you guys were just really good at bullshitting. What are you guys talking about? I heard you talk, what's it from? You said series. Berserk. Oh, right.
So Guts is the personification of the alpha cuck, of the ubermensch cuck. And if you have to cuck, if you get cucked, just saying, be an alpha about it and get your revenge. I'm not saying kill the guy, just saying get your revenge. Do with that what you may.
If you cut off your arm and lose an eye in the process, then that's all good.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you'll go to a bar and, the next chick that wants you, she's going to ask, what happened to your arm? And you'll just say...
Fought a man one-armed.
Just say, I was cucked once. Never again. Never again. She'll see you...
She'll know what not to do.
Yeah,
No surprises.
No surprise.
How does that work? How do people start the cucking relationship?
Okay.
Do they have a talk, honey, I think we need to... Or,
Scott,
honey,
sometimes when women cuck men...
Is it surprise?
Yes. Sometimes they don't know about it. And sometimes when men cuck women, the women don't know about it either. So sometimes cuckoldry isn't something the other partner knows
Do you think
about.
it's possible for someone catching their significant other cheating to turn into cucking? Like, oh, I'm angry, but you know what? Maybe this could work.
Well, no, it would be cucking on them cheating alone, but what would happen is the cuck relationship would be formed. Like, I like watching this, so we could make this work. So basically, those kind of cucks are voyeurs, and they like watching. They're like, that's some good stuff. Can I get some more? You know, maybe I want to taste the cream when you're done. Maybe I want to spank the ass while, like, you know, you're sucking his dick. Maybe I want to massage his shoulders as he rides you. Maybe I honestly just want to take really good, like, film of you guys. Or maybe the cuck guy doesn't even want to see it. He just wants to hear it. He wants to get in a dark, confined space, a closet, and he just wants to hear the movements and the and then he just goes and then she and like after she takes a shower, she cleans up, the other guy leaves, she opens the door to find her husband with the most delirious face, cum drenched all over through his chest up to his chin, and he's drooling, and then like blushing. One earpiece out, he's just bashfully blushing, like
not
he's just
maybe not embarrassed about being seen, just
he was feeling too good. He felt too good from the whole situation.
How shameful.
Yeah. So that's a thing, but let's ask Jeeves.
Ask Jeeves, man,
about the cucks.
Which one?
Anything you want to talk about?
You know what?
Because I gave a pretty good description about a cuckoldy situation right now.
What if the guy getting cucked decides to bang the bull in the ass?
We're talking about it. So that's
and force the
that's what I call the ultimate kind, not that trap, but I call it the ultimate, like the ultimate revenge.
Trap, man.
Because that'd be a teamwork.
She was gonna like power top him and chain them up.
She was spread as like the bull would get in, but then the bull wouldn't think about it, and the guy pulls out that he has even a bigger cock, and the guy's like this is the only way we get off now.
And the chick's laughing about.
And the guy in the middle is just like, I don't want to be the Oreo. I don't want to be the Oreo.
You just wrap your legs around his legs. Just kind of, her legs can be a human thigh spreader, and she can just kind of hold his shoulders up, under the armpits, just kind of hold him down, and then it's just teamwork. All the guys on top, they don't even have to be that
they choreographed.
What if the wife and him are really into the teamwork, and they make the Beast of Two Backs, and they make the Oreo?
That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah.
Plus, it helps him not resist.
Oh God, that sounds like so diabolical. You know, what'd be the worst part? The guy in the middle would have to start questioning whether he's gay, because he comes so hard, and he's just like,
there's a dick in my ass.
There's a dick in my ass.
It's a physical over mental pleasure.
Yeah.
Well, maybe both, because like he's looking forward.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good question.
So how do you can't really receive questions from your listeners? Can you?
Not right now. Once we get like a super chat and all that other.
I will ask Jeeves for the listener. Jeeves, would you ever consider doing this type of thing? This whole cuck culture. Is this something that would interest you?
Are there clones involved?
Clones. Would it still be?
Yeah.
If it was a clone, that doesn't count as cooking. That's still you, dude.
Wait. Would you tell your clone to watch, or would you go in?
No, I would send my clones out to go do the cucking.
Oh no! You can't like freaking outsource your cucking job.
Can you cuck one clone with another clone?
Yeah. You can.
Yeah.
Or are you just watching yourself
Especially
masturbate?
if clones develop no.
I feel like you're just watching yourself masturbate at that point.
Well, no, we didn't define what clone it is. Maybe he clones a woman and then...
No, clones
like a woman
of yourself.
with my DNA.
I want them all to be clones of me. You weren't talking about clones of you?
Both.
Yeah. You don't know, man.
You just leave it at one clone? So boring.
Yeah. If we're gonna do clones, everyone gets cloned. Everyone gets clones and cuck clones and...
That reminds me...
bull clones and...
Let's not mention the names of copyrights and I don't know what the laws and that.
You can name something.
I was thinking about Bitch Stewie. Whenever they made the clones from Family Guy. Man, that just makes me want a clone of my own.
I mean, I kind of like the idea of a clone. The only problem I see with it is like if you get it to do all your hard work, it might become a better version of you.
And we got a caller.
Oh yeah, what's the caller gonna say?
All right, Jeeves is answering. Let's see what we got here.
Oh God, our first caller. What are they gonna say?
I think they're trying to sell insurance.
Damn it.
Wow, you're just on time to be part of our show.
It is our first caller. They are just in time. So, what would you like to ask Jeeves? They can't hear me.
I don't know if I can.
Y'all can't hear the other half.
I don't think they can hear it either.
Hear our half of it.
I can say that on recording. Oh.
Get back over here, Jeeves. Come on.
It doesn't matter. Okay, so
Who put that phone over there?
So
There's just some.
more about the cuckoldry thing.
Oh, it was automated.
What were we talking about specifically? We're talking about clones and cucking. Yes, the main point of the whole cucking thing is you're cucking someone else and you're doing that. So you could cuck your own clone or your clone could cuck you, you know. The thing is
it's only cucking for one.
The problem is if you get your clone to do your hard work, then they might eventually cuck you. They might just take over your space and think, "Hey, you know, I can do it better than you can." Or, you know,
ultimate cuck, man.
Yeah. But that'll inspire you to become better yourself, better than a better version of you.
That could.
You ever cuck your twin brother with his wife? Like, haha.
And then cucked him back.
Well, wait, no, that's more like a surprise thing again.
If I had a twin brother, probably not. I feel pretty bad about that.
Have him walk in on that, like, haha, you didn't want this, but maybe you'll start to. Oh, hello. Is Sarah?
Hello.
Wait, is Sarah?
I would probably not do that. I just don't think it would be like kind or, well, even just a good idea. But what about you? Do you think you would do that?
Sounds messed up.
It does.
Family too. It's a fun concept, but
it is a fun concept. Well, you know, the solution is if you had a twin and you also met twins, you guys both got married to the same twins.
This could be.
So then you guys just switch every once in a while.
Do you think the other set of twins would notice? Who knows?
Well, you know, the thing is, eventually, like, they'd be your kids either way, especially if you guys are, like, all, like, you know, the same kind of clones rather than fraternal. Then you wouldn't have like, basically, you know, but the problem is your nephews and your nieces would be, like, you know, they would be, like, they'd be you, or they'd be your like sons and, like, they'd be like sons and nephews.
Confused. They probably know.
They'd be completely fine.
If they really knew.
Well, no, it wouldn't really matter for the most part because you would come from the same zygote. If we're using my example, and if they come from the same zygote, then they're basically breeding with the same kind of people. So, you know, in that example, the only thing you would have to lose
is your soul.
Yeah.
I feel like you could successfully trick them. You're gonna know your brother well enough.
Yeah.
So you would be able to know how that.
The real question is, like, who do you decide lives with who? But if you guys live in the same household, then it doesn't matter at a certain point.
Sounds like a great TV show.
Yeah. Sounds like a horror movie. Just like, I bang her sister, while I bang his brother. Okay. No more ripping off crappy shows from the 90s.
So, censorship off.
Yeah, no, yeah, censorship. Anyways, so another thing is cuck-servatives. Now, have you guys ever heard that term before?
No, not until you said it today.
Oh, God! Okay, how about you? No?
No, I don't think you explained it as I go.
So, cuck-servatives is kind of like what people started calling some Republicans as they kind of let Obama do things to the nation. Like, the joke is, like, you letting this black man fuck up our nation.
He's not even a president.
He
doesn't look like the rest of them. Okay. You're just gonna let him into the White House and peek in your closet.
It's the White House, not the Black
House. It could be if we let it on fire. Wait, didn't it burn once?
It burnt, yes. It burnt once. And it did actually get repaired in the 50s as well, I believe.
It burnt, didn't it?
It got remodeled like in the 50s or 60s, I believe, like completely.
By Truman?
Yeah, it's you know, people.
I know that because I watched that movie.
Yeah, exactly. Like the funny thing is, like, a lot of the White House isn't originally what it was, anyways, that makes sense though. That's normal for old. That's normal for old wooden buildings, and that was an old wooden building at the end of it.
Back and better than ever.
Yeah, in some ways, yeah.
Whiter than ever.
No.
Why did they keep it white? If they remodeled it, they could have painted it any color they
could have painted it red, white, and blue.
You know, I think because a lot of, if you look through Washington, D.C., a lot of their old architecture is based on like a Greco-Roman classical kind of feel. So like the White House is kind of like the columns of like
it looks really nice how it is.
And then they have the whole obelisk. They have the
the giant boobs.
Yeah, the Lincoln. I thought it was a peanut, but anyway, the Lincoln Monument and there's all kinds of stuff like that. The even I think the Supreme Court building, which is a later building, but like it's built kind of in that
to match the rest of them, kind of.
Yeah, I think that one's a little bit of a different style, but yeah, like like a Greco-Roman is like traditional because of like the founding of this nation was found by like people that believed in the idea of like democracy and republic.
You're speaking designer jargon.
Yeah, you're right. We're
Greco-Roman.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone right here is Googling it.
Greco's just Greek and Roman's just Roman. Come on, guys.
They Googled it for nothing at this point.
Gesundheit. Anyways, so conservatives was an insult that a lot of conservatives use for conservatives they felt like weren't doing their job. So then came the Tea Party movement that said, we're gonna get government out of here. 1776 will commence again. Less taxes, more guns. All the good stuff.
Thanks, Obama.
The problem with that movement though was it was led by a lot of like old people that just wanted their pensions. There was a bunch of idealists among them too, but once the old people got their pensions, they were like, whatever, we don't care. Yeah, and then the idealists were like, a lot of them either
the ones that care about it.
They switched sides, or they got like really cynical and they're like, F you, F politics.
Yeah. They thought these guys just wanted to make a difference. No, they wanted their pensions.
Yeah, exactly. It's sad.
I think the other people told you that already, and you said they wanted to make a difference, but no.
Well, like everyone joins a political movement for different reasons. And today, cuck serve is still used by people that are either alt-right, alt-light, or any other group of like dissident right that kind of sees the establishment as like just not representing their constituency and kind of just representing big interest. But and Jeeves, I think you brought this up earlier off air, but did you know that for a short while some progressives or liberals were using cuck as a term of pride?
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
You can actually.
Where's some other words they did that with? I'm trying to find that, or trying to compare it with something.
Pussy hats.
Oh, I remember the.
Grab this hat.
They're great.
Yeah.
Let's liberate the word. Oh, didn't they do that with cunt in the vagina monologue?
Yeah.
Oh man, that movie is so silly. I'm not gonna do it.
You know what my problem with vagina monologues is, like, if I did the same thing, like I said, like, hey, I got a bunch of guys together and we did the dick monologues.
We should do the dick monologues.
Just like, so my dick was like this, people are just gonna think I'm a dick and just think I'm an asshole. But like with the girls, they think, oh, it's art. It's like
I bet they found a couple stories that were just straight up denied. Like, no, that's gross, or that's perverted, or that's just boring.
Yeah, no, we should do the dick monologue.
Like, I remember they had some good.
Oh no! Fuck monologue. Call it dick dialogue.
The Dick Diaries.
The Dick Diaries. Dick Diaries, guys.
Because all they did was tell.
Dear Diary.
All they did in that movie was tell stories.
I got my dick wet. Where did I get it wet? In her mouth.
STD experiences.
In whose mouth?
I don't think anyone did that in
my mouth.
In the trap's mouth. No, I say no to the trap question. If you find yourself in a trap, run.
Pre-op or post?
Ooh.
Oh no.
No. Either way, for me, no.
It's too late. You didn't know.
I will make the argument, if you fall for the post-op, I don't judge you. Because I'm like, okay, I get it.
If they tell you ahead of time instead of tricking you, is that a little bit better at least? Or at least they have your
That's up to you. That's up to you.
Like, doesn't mean you have to go for it, but like, I would hope that you'd be honest with me.
That's up to you, basically.
Just trying to get to trick somebody.
So do I want to be straight or do I want to be honest?
It's like,
or do I want to get that sweet Asian boy pussy?
You say trap, I hear rape by fraud. It is.
You're right. It is.
It is totally rape by
fraud.
But
let's be honest. If you don't put your hand, no, it's not bullshit. But if you put your hand,
suddenly it isn't anymore.
If you put your hand down there, and like you feel something. Like, all I gotta say to guys, if you're, like, afraid of traps, just check it.
If you're not into foreplay, you probably deserve to get trapped. Give those ladies a good
No, you probably know, because, like, I'm thinking, like, how many times does a guy just grab a chick and bend her down without feeling anything?
No, never.
Traps are good, dude. They have techniques. No, I don't know.
You know, the thing
I
is...
feel like it would be harder to tell than you would
This is the thing,
people would figure it out.
You wouldn't... What would you need to get satisfied? Because, like, if you're a guy who likes anal and oral, you'd probably be fine with this situation.
Man. I spaced out.
Yeah, this is why we don't talk about traps.
Getting politically fucked by rape by fraud. That's all I can think.
Yeah, no, rape by fraud does have huge problems with it.
It's totally cuck related.
It is in a sense could be cuck related.
Politically speaking.
Yeah. No, actually, not even politically. But think about
I don't know. I guess it's a good thing.
So some girl could get into a relationship with some guy because like she thinks he's like super awesome and like alpha or something, but he's actually
she was a minor digging for gold. I'm sorry, like she never told me her occupation either.
Oh, okay. So that's a good question. Would you guys?
No, is she also if she was a gold digger this whole time, she was also raping me by fraud when I told her I was a doctor. She said she wasn't a gold digger. Well, she didn't say she was. Dude, I totally cut off your sentence though.
No, don't worry. That was worth it.
She totally has her own occupation she's hiding though.
Yeah.
You're gonna define it, but whatever.
What was it? So another thing too, now if you suspect that a woman is cucking you and you're in a relationship with her, there's some advice you can follow. Now, this is just some advice I heard.
Being a spy.
No. So you start saying, hey, let's have open relationship, and she's like, cool, and you basically set her up on dates with guys.
They're like, oh.
And the guys have sex with her, but you know what's something you don't tell her? You're getting paid by those guys. Oh. You're pimping out your girl because you know she's cheating on you, but you're at least gonna make some money out of it.
She doesn't put out. You just gotta be confident that she'll put out.
Yeah.
Well, no, because basically
take her to dinner, get her a couple drinks, good.
The dates with the other guy, basically, like if you're saying something like open relationship, like I don't
Unless
think
you're just paying for like a regular date and maybe this bonus at the end.
Yeah. Well, because
your job is to
it'd be like it's like escorts. Like you pay for their time, but but the time could just mean.
My ex-girlfriend will give you more than just her time. That's why I want $100 and not 50.
No. It's still time, but she chooses what she wants to do with that time.
I'll give you half your money back if she doesn't do that. Yeah. See, now that's a promising offer. Like, if you don't want it, return it. We'll even pay the No, that's...
Shipping and handling.
We'll give you half of your reimbursed. We'll reimburse you for half of what you paid for. So
well, okay, no, this is the question.
Time is valuable.
Would you cuck a man that you didn't know too well, but he seemed friendly enough?
Am I in the closet or is he in the closet? Wait, that sounds bad. Am I watching or is he?
No, he would be. Or no, sorry. This would be him not knowing.
Surprise walk-in?
No, not surprise walk-in. Even just he wouldn't know about this.
Ever.
That's just cheating on him. That's not cucking.
Yeah, no, that's still cucking.
Still cucking.
You're cucking him.
But I want him to watch. I know what kind of.
Then you film it and then you leave an audio. You leave one of those little USBs, and then he finds it like
what's on here
one day, and then he
now that's how you do it.
and then his girlfriend's like, oh, what?
That gives him a good conversation.
Why? And she's like, I didn't mean. Why would you do that?
You never did that with me.
What is wrong with you? Yes.
And then like the film keeps on going, and then there's like a second guy that comes in. Hey, what's up, man? Tag team.
Hey, should we call his brother over?
Oh God!
Here's another hole.
Okay, so would you guys? Would any of you guys do that? to someone you kind of know, but not someone you know too well?
I would. No.
Yeah.
No one comes.
I'll tell you later.
I'll tell you later. Jeez.
I've had my eye on Higgins for some time. Oh, by the way, Jeeves is a fashionable butler. I'm not allowed to say any other words that might describe him.
Fashionable.
But, Higgins is a beautiful person, and they have a good, fashionable
Higgins.
Oh yeah, there is already a Higgins. I was just trying to throw out.
Yeah, I was like thinking.
Wow.
Higgins.
Now that's something to picture.
Oh.
Think muscular Anthony.
What?
Why no? He's not that muscular. He's just healthier.
No, Higgins is muscular. He's just thinner.
Who's Higgins?
He's just thin. That's all he's this guy we knew.
Oh.
So is Michael.
Somebody that we used to know. You didn't mean to cuck so hard.
That guy that had
But
that one song.
What? Gautier.
Oh yeah, I remember. I don't remember his name.
Gautier.
Goat. Yay.
People were like, I like Gautier.
Yeah, goats.
Everyone's like, I love Gautier,
So
but only that one song.
Did he do any other songs?
There's other songs. It's just like that's the song everyone knows him for.
It's so great to ask somebody. Like with any one-hit wonders, really like, okay, what's some of the other songs you like? Or if someone says they like Johnny Cash, like, okay, name a few songs.
You know it's a good it's a good song to like really mess with people with Johnny Cash.
He's not one hit.
Tell people with Johnny Cash, you tell them my favorite song is God Bless Robert E. Lee, and they're gonna just look at you like, the fuck?
They're gonna look it up if they don't know.
No, they're gonna feel really awkward because first they're gonna think, are you racist? Second, they're gonna think, wait, if that's Johnny Cash's song, am I instead of Johnny Cash? Is Johnny Cash racist? What? Can I even like Johnny Cash anymore? And then you basically whisper in their ear, and it's like, you just got cucked. You just got cucked. By your own logic.
Musically cucked.
Well, think about it. Like some people are like, when something I like, they did something like I didn't like, I would disapprove of. Can I still like them?
Oh man.
Yeah, you can.
If you like brain fuck someone else, you're brain cucking them, right?
Well, okay.
You're totally fucking them over.
Well, basically how I would be cucking them in that instance would be I would be fucking their memory of Johnny Cash, and they'd be watching and they wouldn't be able to do anything. Either they could throw Johnny Cash away, or they have no unless they're cool with that stuff, unless they're willing to think critically and think, oh, I never heard that song.
I wonder if Johnny has a role in all this. Is he the watcher? He's like, because you can cuck people, let them know.
You know,
Johnny Cash is the woman.
If you look at Johnny Cash's wife, Johnny Cash is probably the bull. Because, like, look how tall he is and beefy he was. You know, he had
kids before he met his latest wife.
Yeah.
His latest.
That's nice. The last wife, I almost said it.
Well, you know, that's not that crazy. I mean, if I got married multiple times, I'd probably have kids.
Oh, you'd lie to God and then...
Do it again.
Well, no. What if the chick dies, Scott? Huh? What if she dies?
So that the part.
Exactly.
It doesn't count if you kill her.
I didn't kill her. Stop trying to frame me.
Send her to the radiator.
You paid Jeeves to do it. You asked Jeeves. Hey,
I wouldn't pay Jeeves jack shit for that.
I could get it.
No, he would never do that. He loves like cucking you behind your back.
Yeah.
Too bad there's no one to cut.
Not anymore. So you didn't do it.
Unless, well, now that I think of it, like the only chicks that like Jeeves could have cucked me on, it's like I don't think he's even met any of them.
Ever.
Hey man,
have you met any of the chicks I've been with?
For better and for worse.
Well, actually, what about Puerto Rican chick?
Too.
Maybe once.
You dicked Puerto Rican chick?
No, I said. What?
Did you dick Puerto Rican chick?
No.
Okay, then.
Who's Puerto Rican chick?
Oh.
I
don't know.
She was the one from
say her name.
J.R.O. Tolkien's classic, Lord of the Rings. She had a blue sword.
Wait, what?
We used to
Puerto Rican chick with blue sword.
We used to call her something that refers to short people.
Oh, Puerto Rican. Oh, yeah. No.
Yeah.
What? What did he say? Yeah and then no.
Oh.
When? Yeah. Why didn't? Okay, so
is that the girl with the lasagna?
No. But I did dick her. She
lasagna
was
girl,
nice.
stick it all up in there.
Lasagna girl was nice.
Good lasagna.
I never, you know,
spicy meat.
She had a nice ass. That's what I gotta say, and good blowjobs. Anyways.
Did she cry?
When I held her, she cried.
Held her with a firm hand against her mouth.
Why can't she ever just hold us?
Maybe
I want a woman to hold me.
I want that too, but prince. You know what's the worst part is like you basically came, so your dick is kind of flaccid, and she's crying, and you're holding her, and you don't feel as much, and you feel like, oh god, I don't want to be that asshole who gets hard as like I'm holding her because I'm.
She's crying. That's on her. Wow, I learned something about Scott today.
Because like I wanted to maybe go for a second go or something, but it happens. And anyways. Yeah, no, as far as I know, I've not been cucked. Because, like, even that other chick, like, I wasn't even with her at all. I just basically, like, went for the hoe that wanted me. And like, I just tapped it and left. Yeah, I literally got up and said, I'm gonna get cream soda. And I walked off.
You never said you were coming back. That's on her. You got your soda, and then you did whatever else you had planned.
No, I basically just fucked her till she came, and that's it.
See you later. I'm gonna go get her.
Well, because our cat killing friend was giving me like a look.
Oh god.
Like I don't know if you guys have ever had that situation where someone's looking at you while you're doing.
It's scary that we're consistent about this nickname.
Cat killer.
That's the one we went to all know who we're talking about.
Yeah, he kills cat boys. You hear me, anime fans? He kills cat boys. He will kill you because you are degenerates.
Write a letter in your blood, warning the other cat boys. Get away.
Okay, so we've really got.
Cat boys even deserve to get cooked. Everyone deserves to get cooked.
So yeah, no, we haven't discussed that. What are you guys' philosophy about cucking now? Now that we discussed it a little bit, and obviously we just went on a tangent about other things as well. But
yeah, it's hard to help.
What do you guys think about cuckoldry? What do you guys think is like your philosophy now?
It builds character.
It's character.
It's not weird. It's different.
Why do you think Guts is such an alpha?
I think cuckoldry is degenerate, but I do think that it is normal.
It's a fun, exciting
it is normal when you see a man that is quote unquote seems weaker, and you're the stronger choice to desire to
wanting to watch. So.
Oh, okay. So you're.
Like, I get it. You want to be watched, sure.
Okay, so voyeurs like to watch. So have you ever watched porn?
They're just too into porn and they couldn't get out of it.
Sometimes they like the idea of like what if someone like really muscular?
Friend earlier was talking about something about the watchers earlier. What was it like?
Yeah.
They just don't want to get touched, or
yeah.
Oh man, what are they called again? The voyeurs?
Yeah, voyeurs.
I keep hearing the word lawyer. I'm like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they're lawyers too.
Lawyers.
They're like
those voyeurs. I want to see like
imagine
voyeur. Like, God.
Imagine you make this face while you're on the couch watching like your lady get fucked by someone and you just jerking off.
His hand is
seems
on his
comfy.
Chin, by the way. Like
yeah, it seems comfy.
Like he wants to stroke his beard like in a menacing way, but he's just resting it.
Yeah, he's just resting it because he's like.
Not done watching.
He's like, wife, you're doing good.
I'm thinking, I'm observing. There's a difference.
You know what? You would probably be the.
Oh no, do that.
I mean, I would divorce the lady if that ever happened to me. I would just say.
For better or worse, till death do you part.
Cucking doesn't count.
It doesn't count as death. You could kill her and then be divorced. But I feel like if she cheats on you, you're kind of still.
I go from old biblical terms, and one of those.
Vows, so does that make it okay to get a divorce? Yeah, like religiously speaking.
Yes. Also, you could probably get the divorce or the annulment for me because I'm Catholic.
Death do us part thing. That's just
no. So let me explain. There's other things mentioned besides death do us part. So there's like for women, especially in the old text, it's like
the classic ones
to serve. To love, obey, and serve.
And something about being submissive.
Yeah, and submit.
Like, whoa, that's a weird one to hear at a wedding.
They've changed it. They changed it now. They changed it. They changed submission, I think, to cherish.
No, she kept.
Because a lot of people were offended by the submission thing.
Yeah, it seemed offensive.
Well, that's the way they
wrote it. But in my marriage, I'm gonna tell the priest you have to say submission.
That's what was there.
No, you can still do that. I went to the one in I think it was in October. I don't know. No, August. And it was my cousin's wedding.
Yeah.
And she said that. I was like, I've never heard that one before. But I guess that's not a new thing, huh?
No, that's the old timey one. So that's what I would go by.
I think they added some of their own after like the main phrases. Or whatever.
Oh, I was gonna go to a drive-thru at McDonald's and like order a Happy Meal with a ring. Be like, all right.
Ring pop machine, dude. Way cheaper.
So you want to be classy about it.
Yeah, you do want to be classy. At least like buy her dinner first before you propose. You know.
If I had to think of a way to propose to a chick, I think if she was young and pure.
You do it in a suicide note.
Okay. If she was young and pure, I would basically take her down, like take her up to a cliff and propose to her there, and like
push your ass.
Put the ring on her. But like if she says no, then I'm just like looking at the cliff.
You give her a...
you don't push her, you don't threaten her, you just look at the cliff and back at her. And you wait silently. You make her feel uncomfortable for a second. People don't like the silence.
Okay.
My sister actually, she got a better car deal when she was at the car lot.
Yeah.
Because she was talking about how she was trying to get a better deal, and like he was trying to talk her to buy it for a price, and she just sat there and stared at him. I forgot what she asked him first, but like she started making him feel uncomfortable, and like, you're a businessman, you should know better than to get played like that. Well, and he said, "I'll be right back. I'll talk."
Maybe he was having like desires. Maybe he was like, "Oh man, I can't bang the customers anymore.
Eye contact.
I can't bang the customers anymore."
Ever since I got caught in that one new car and I had
to buy
exactly. Man, I've never had to buy a car for myself before.
I mean, just to like, I was very stingy with myself. I was like, you better pay full price, myself.
That, my friend, is how you get cucked by a car salesman. He makes the customer buy it. Actually, customer broke it. Customer buys it.
Yeah.
I go, hey lady, I want to just test out
this.
Now you gotta buy it.
No, the only way that would work is like you have to make sure like it's a house.
Lady car salesman.
No, make sure
make
sure it's a housewife. So then you basically tell her like, I could show this to your husband. So you better buy the car.
I feel like the guys have been making all the stains, so it's justifiable to make him the one responsible for you break it, you buy it.
Potentially, but if the guy films it, then you know, probably show it to the husband. Imagine if that was like, you know, like it was some
what a weird word to say.
Some cuck. Like I feel like it comes off the tongue really well though, doesn't it? Like
get stuck in my
cuck.
I feel like I want to just go
yuck. But no, doesn't it? I think it's a pretty easy word to say.
Oh no, I quoted Jeff Dunham. I don't want to endorse that.
Wait a minute.
I don't want anybody to look at that guy. He's bad.
Okay.
He's pretty good. Who am I kidding?
Everyone likes Jeff Dunham.
I just got bored with him after a few. Wait. I think I was talking about Dan Cook, but now I forgot what skit I was quoting.
Dan Cook's amazing.
Actually, yes. I'm gonna go back to Jeff Dunham's bad, and Dan Cook's the one that I said never mind.
Dan Cook's the one that like everyone kind of forgot about, but like he was like one of the best comedians out there for the longest time.
Yeah, he didn't really keep doing new work though, so it got repetitive.
I mean, he could still be doing new stuff. I don't know, honestly.
But did you ever see the new Jeff Dunham show? I don't know when it came out.
No, Jeff Dunham's always doing new stuff, and I'm kind of like, it's puppet this, puppet that, and I'm just like,
still puppets.
Yeah.
Sometimes he add a new character and a new skit. That's about it.
You know what's something I really didn't like, and maybe this gets into conspiracy things, but have you guys seen?
This microphone is off. I'm just kidding.
Have you guys seen the Dave Chappelle thing?
Oh, his show, right? Dave Chappelle show. I had a DVD collection for that shit. It was hilarious.
Ever seen it in living color?
No. I meant specifically. Have you guys seen the Dave Chappelle? What do you call them? His new Netflix specials.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, so he had 2 new Netflix specials a while back. And honestly, I watched them, and stand up. And two of my cousins were kind of like acting like I was just triggered, but it's like it was just not that funny. Like I listened to Dave Chappelle all the time. Like he was one of my favorite comedians. Like I used to love his stand-up specials, but like his last thing wasn't that great. It just wasn't that funny. One of the things I've heard, and this is a conspiracy theory, so you guys can tell me to fuck off anytime you guys want, but...
Except the listeners. They don't get to talk.
Yeah, exactly.
Not yet.
Listeners, not yet. Anyways.
They can pause.
The Dave Chappelle... The Dave Chappelle one, the conspiracy is that he got killed by a bunch of, like, black leaders back in the day.
Not funny anymore?
He got replaced. That's why he's buff now. That's why he's darker. They
just got the black guy, the closest looking black guy they could to Dave Chappelle.
Because there's some weird stories of like how after Dave Chappelle came back from Africa, after he came back from Africa, he basically would go to comedy nights and he kind of like practice like on stage for hours.
They found the perfect doppelganger in Africa. Do you think he had like a...
No. He doesn't have to be like an African from Africa.
He just gotta be black. Remember?
Like the whole gimmick is just like, you know, this is the thing that a lot of people argue. Like they say that stars get replaced. One of the oldest stories of that is like Paul is dead. It's not the real Paul.
It wasn't. Okay, I don't know. wait. I know you didn't want to mention too much about race, but. What do you think we sound like? Like, if your audience members were the guess that Jeeves was white. Chinese, would they have guessed right?
Yes.
No, because he's white. No, he's not white. That's a trick question.
But their
voices have a sound to them.
Yeah.
I mean, accents and yeah.
Accents. Man, we must sound so sloppy.
Well, the problem is we're from California, so.
Woo,
so we kind of we have this kind. We kind of have that whole. The problem is like pretty much west of the Mississippi, like people sound
STD
like
rates.
one sound.
STD rates.
Like because of the slang. So you, me, and him. It wouldn't really matter our races as long as we hang out in certain groups.
I forgot who it was. It was on some documentary I was watching about some guy from out of the country. People were like, "What's up, fool?" And he thought he thought that was a single word. "What's up, fool?" Like, "What's up, fool?" Because they were saying it so quick. "What's up, fool?" And it just sounds like
what's up, fool?
It kind of sounds like a word if you don't know what it means.
Can I have some "What's up, fool"?
It's like that up dog stuff.
You like some comfy young guy?
What's up, dog?
I think but
cucking.
Yeah, cucking.
Topics
of cucking. So we've already discussed political cuckseratives.
Let's go back to the fact. Do you think if you were having sex with a leg friend, or I guess it could be a butt. I don't think that. I think the butts would have less potential to do this because it's just the mystery of the vagina that makes you wonder if it could just grab you and not let you out.
It can.
Oh, okay.
Maybe we can get some feedback on some stories.
Was it like you were actually trying to pull with all your strength, or was it just kind of like you felt like? This is pulsating.
Can't get back out. It's a lobster trap.
This
man.
This is feeling tight.
Feeling tight.
Or was it more like can't get out? You're like punching the bed.
I gotta like because the best scenario I can get that's likely is she climaxed, so her muscles tightened, but they like cramped and they got stuck like that.
And you're like, ooh, geez.
So they were just stuck.
That sounds awesome.
She's just screaming the whole time.
I want that.
And you're just squeezed and it hurts like hell. You can't pull out.
Because every other.
And you're trying your best not
because
to.
Because the problem I have is like I get the girls wet like a slip and slide, and then it's just like I'm just zimming through like a support.
Or maybe we haven't met the right one.
Well, maybe.
That's how you know you
I don't know. I've been.
There's like tight on the respective scale of like vaginas in general.
Yeah, maybe. I've been with virgins.
How do you know if you've ever been with like a really loose one?
Cucks are totally people that want.
I've been with very loose and I've been with very tight. I would say that
there are people.
Yeah.
I'd say it's this. Like the problem is like when I've gotten with a lot of different chicks, it's like it's become so like liquidy that it doesn't hold anymore. Like it's like. Whew, whew, whew,
well, yeah, that's just because liquid's
a little bit of friction.
And the fact that it's like...
She doesn't even try to flex on you? That lazy bitch.
Well, no. I'm saying
What's that?
That might... No, that could be happening. No, that could be happening. I'm just saying...
Giggle.
What the problem is due to the motion and stuff, it's just not gonna get quote-unquote felt the same.
So, if you're wondering if you're a cook... Ask yourself this. Would you rather have a sandwich with a dick in it or a sandwich with no dick in it?
Or would you like to watch someone put a dick in your sandwich?
Yeah, well, I'm like, that's probably more important.
Or do you suspect that your sandwich is secretly putting dicks in it?
Oh, man. Like, I want to watch someone put a dick in the sandwich and then let me eat it instead of them eating it themselves.
No.
I want a fluffer cook. Oh, I think that's what that means.
You put your dick in a sandwich and make the other person watch.
I think I want to cook as a cuck. And I want him to cook while she's like blowing him off and he's just making her pancakes and breakfast things.
You bang his wife while he cooks dinner for you.
No. Bang his wife while he cooks dinner for you? Cook the cook.
Oh no! There's actually a movie like this. It's like
movie like
yeah, there is a movie like this, but it's with brother and sister, and they meet this like handsome man, I think played by a young Leonardo DiCaprio, and
he's really good when he's young. Wasn't he 17 in the What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
Yeah, I think so.
God damn, right? He's in high school and shit.
That movie was hilarious.
It was great.
Was he in Requiem for a Dream?
Mama.
He might be. He's in a lot of things. He's in Shutter Island. He's in like pretty much Leonardo DiCaprio's. It's just if you're gonna want to watch a movie, he's a good name.
Movie he was in where he was like it was just young Leonardo, and he's like he ends up getting hooked on like some drugs, and like shit goes downhill for him quick.
Oh, dude, I totally forgot the actor from The Matrix, the one that matters.
Keanu Reeves.
That one.
Yeah.
The other one.
Constantine.
Is that more?
Yeah. He's also the guy from the new movies.
What's that movie you're telling me about with Keanu Reeves in it that I should watch?
The new ones?
Constantine? I don't know. You told me about it like a month ago.
There's some new ones where it's like he's an action star, like
Keanu Reeves.
Wait,
War of the Worlds. That's what it was.
No, not that one. That was just another one. Talking about. It was like a movie I've never seen. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Anyways. Oh,
there's a great Keanu Reeves movie we can watch. It's on Amazon. It's like a horrible movie, but it's like where he basically he likes two really hot like teenage girls come and start knocking on his door. And it's like, oh, it's really rainy outside. Can you let us inside? And he's like, sure.
They switch their mouths to the
want to check out my record collection? And he's like, cool. And then
70s mustache.
No. He's just a really weird nerdy guy. He's like handsome still, and he's got a hot Spanish wife, but his wife and kids are out of town. And basically, he basically calls a taxi for them. You know, he conversates with them for a while, calls a taxi for them. They start fucking with him. You know, it's like, I'm calling the taxi for you. They're like,
what kind of fucking with him?
Teasing him, like trying to flirt with him, trying to do stuff. He's like, no, I'm gonna call a taxi for you guys. Basically, he goes into the shower. They're in the shower naked together, and he's like, I called the taxi, now get the fuck out. And they're like, no, you can join us. Get the fuck out. And, you know, and then he joins them. He joins them and starts dicking the hell out of both of them. Get out of here. Dicks the hell out of both of them.
You gotta punish them.
And the taxi driver's like,
where are they?
He just drives off. You know, because he's not gonna wait all night. He's just gonna leave.
He's got
no cab fare.
And then the basically Keanu Reeves starts like trying to talk to his wife on like Skype or something, but then the chicks keep on trying to flash and stuff. It basically the girls are trying to like manipulate the relationship, and they're basically cucking his wife, and they're trying to say like if you try to kick us out or something, we're gonna tell your wife about what happened. And I only watched up to a certain point because I was like, what the fuck?
I need to go be a role model for a second. Just ask Jeeves. Well, not about that.
Yeah, ask Jeeves about cuckoldry.
Whoa, I thought you meant ask Jeeves about role models.
Hey, talk about role models.
Can cucks be role models?
Yes, they can. Look at Guts.
For kids, I think they might be.
Yeah, Guts is a role model for kids.
You know Guts got fucked when he was a kid.
Yeah. Exactly. Makes me even more of an alpha. He's like, don't fucking touch me.
Are you excited if there's gonna be a return to Donovan?
I never said it was
the guy that raped. Like, what if he comes back? He's like,
I feel like he'd be a very minor instance.
That'd be so cool. Like, Guts.
You gotta help me remember. It's bothering me. Passion of the Christ, the murderer's name that they let go instead of Jesus.
Barabbas.
Shall it be Jesus or Barabbas? Yeah, fucking Barabbas. Get that raping murderer out of there.
He's like, one more time. Jesus.
The prophet that cures blindness, shall we release him?
Or Barabbas the murderer.
Barabbas. The rapist. Barabbas, thank you. That was bothering me.
Yeah.
We were talking about it earlier, and I was like, what was that guy's name?
Barabbas. Anyways, so, yeah, no, I think we're all cucked out, Yeah. This topic has honestly
how long have we been recording?
Almost a whole hour, honestly. It's been pretty good content overall. The thing I'm wondering about with the whole cuckoldry thing is, should we accept this in society?
Jeez, I gotta ask Jeeves, why are these trash cans all weird and awkwardly sidestepped? Doesn't that make you feel uneasy?
It does.
Did you do this?
Or should we
Anybody was free to do something about it.
have a kind of punishment about this?
About cuckoldry?
Yeah.
I mean, who's gonna punish the cucks? They're just gonna get cucked anyway.
They want to get punished. That's the problem.
What? No. So let me explain.
Keep saying thank you.
If we allow cuckoldry, would it basically harm our society by basically allowing a type of not only degeneracy but a type of people wouldn't know their true fathers, and that could affect a lot of things, like family relations and whatnot.
Oh, it'd be fine.
I feel
or do we accept it because the better genes get bred forward?
It's all about the better genes.
Is it possible for cuck culture to help a society?
Yes.
With something like population control would be my first guess.
If everyone had their first choice, the world would populate by nerds.
Because there's less people.
I think if we followed a Spartan method, that could work. Or
maybe we'll have more advanced children. All the elites are
call the weak.
Yeah, you would have to kind of call the weak about
Call the weak and the stupid.
The weak watch, the strong reproduce.
Yeah.
Make them bleed.
And then, still the one baby thing in China.
No, I don't think that would be a good idea.
There's a lot less men.
The one baby thing in China has basically made a bunch of Chinese women entitled princesses that can be very picky about Chinese men.
Oh yeah, I bet, because everyone wants their family name.
Yeah.
So it's like,
and some of the guys are just like,
you're never gonna have a family name if you can't find it.
Well, they say some of the guys that are wealthy are like, I'm gonna go get a European chick, or some of the other guys are like, I'm gonna go.
Shame his family.
No.
Yeah, you might as well. They're taking all your women.
People always say that meme, but it's like at the end of the day, like
we don't really take them. They just throw them away.
No, it's a joke on 4chan where white guys will high five about quote unquote taking Asian women, but then when black guys get with white women, they'll be like, no, how dare you?
Make up your mind already. You want Asians or white chicks?
Whites are greedy.
We want all of it.
It's because the whites.
We're used to getting everything. We want all of it. We don't want just the white chicks. We want the Asian chicks.
The purple chicks. The blue chicks.
We want the black chicks for different reasons. Sure.
The lighter
we
chicks.
want them all.
Oh, have you guys actually looked up the rape statistics? So black men rape white women on on a yearly average, in the thousands or tens of thousands.
I feel like black men are down there because you would be cautious towards them if you see them in the
alley. How much do you think black women get raped by white men?
Very often.
A lot more because they don't expect
supposedly in statistics 0.
Really? Because I feel
that could still mean upwards to maybe 300 for all we know. But still, compared to how many black men rape white women, it makes reported. It makes you really question the situation.
That's the sad word.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So how many compared to what's reported? I don't know the statistics.
Yeah.
Let's just say, would you double it for how many you think there actually are unreported, or
maybe
more even?
Maybe not. It depends on the situation
for
because
men,
because it also depends on your idea of rape. Because
how many times do black women rape white men?
She thought she wanted it, and she
this should probably be for another podcast. But
rape.
Yeah, I know.
Basically,
about the
I've always thought that I always am very wary when a woman says, "Oh, I was raped," because I'm like.
Were you?
Yeah, I'm like, were you?
Let's just ask Jeez. Oh, yeah.
No, I'm serious. I've met many girls. I've been with many girls, and a lot of them will have that story. I'm just like, did you call the police?
Nah, she didn't want to get slut shamed.
Yeah.
See, that's the dumb thing.
I came up with a good word for a scenario for once.
Yeah, no, it's that's the real problem of it though.
Or she wants attention if she didn't even get.
Well, what I think it is you've said this before.
I doubt that.
You've said this before actually. You've said it could be that she wants to enjoy the pleasure. She doesn't want the responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
And I'm like, that honestly
of course, that's
seems
not
like
everybody, but I'm sure there's enough people and statistics happen so that nothing's impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's at least one person.
Yeah.
But definitely not only one person.
No.
I'll speak in absolutes. There's a lot of people, okay?
Only
there are
absolutes.
probably thousands at least.
So a Kantian deal is absolutes.
I'm talking about thousands of billions.
You know, when it comes to morality, I try to think in things as much black and white as possible, because people will say, oh, well, you know, it's true intelligent people think in grays. I'm like, no, lazy people that want to get out of things think in grays. You want to think in black and white as much as possible, and then allow those slight shades of gray.
To be vague. You can be lazy, you don't have to explain yourself.
Yeah,
that's why they wrote the Bible like that. You know.
No, the Bible gets changed up by people that change.
That's so stupid, right? I want to read like one of the first original Bibles, like by some older.
I would say if you would
about.
have to the best Bible you would probably have to get is a Bible that originally was in the Greek translation.
I don't know. Maybe it's just
original Latin.
Maybe it's just a Christian
translation.
thing. But aren't Bibles just a bunch of stories thrown together from different priests and religious people?
Well,
technically,
shouldn't stuff that's happening now be added to the Bible?
Okay. So let me explain. Let me explain the whole Bible process.
Is there any cucking in the Bible?
Yeah.
Yes,
there
several
is?
times.
Can we talk about this?
Okay, Bible cuckoldry.
It is.
So
Bible cucketry. Even religion cucks.
Biblical shit.
So there is a passage early on in Genesis that actually discuss that says that I think it's either Cain or Abel. I don't know which one's the bad one.
Cain is
the bad one.
Keeper.
Yeah, Cain. Basically, it says that when it says that Eve has Adam's kid, it's very specific on how it says it. Well, when it says then she had another kid and Cain, it was Abel,
the monster among
or it was Cain, and basically in the way it said it, it makes you think, wait a minute, why didn't you mention that it was Adam's kid? So it makes you think, whose kid is it?
Suggestive.
Yeah, it's suggestive. Well, so potentially, there's an argument that the seed of Cain, which is cursed, was originally the seed of the serpent, a.k.a. the seed of Lucifer, a.k.a. the seed of the great deceiver.
Human.
The great.
Most people think Adam and Eve... Well, I've been told by some Christian...
Okay.
I don't know if he was right, but I was trying to make him feel uncomfortable about Adam and Eve's children incest, topic, and he said that just because they're the first people made doesn't mean they were the only people made.
Yeah, that's actually true.
I don't know about reports.
If you read in Genesis, they suddenly find some random people like right next door. It makes you wonder, God, was this the only garden? Did you do this for everyone or just us?
No, Asians, most people think that Adam and Eve just had incest children. That's not the case, actually.
People just need to read the Bible.
I want it to be,
honestly.
Because it sounds so fun.
That's how it was, because it was the Garden of Eden. There were only two people and made bread.
Nope. You read the Bible for whatever reason. God just threw in some random people. No explanation.
I don't think the other people were pure, had the apple choice. He just made them all normal after that, right?
I believe. I don't know exactly.
Right?
You have to ask the true theologian. But that's what I can tell you.
You can't ask people at churches. You got people that study religion. Because if you ask someone that's religious, they'll get all offended.
Yeah, they'll get really offended.
I'm not trying to offend you.
I study the Bible, but I'm not that well versed in everything. But I can
someone that studies it.
I can keep on informing you on some aspects. So, what happened after that was then the angels started cucking the humans because they started banging their wives, and that is found in the book of Enoch, which is
God's and other religions do that too, right?
Yes, but quote unquote it's a quote unquote forgotten book from the Bible. It's the one that the Gnostics like using, but basically it talks about how the angels lost their angelicness.
Are we talking about Christian Bible or Catholic Bible, or is that the same thing?
This is Gnosticism, so it's something even different.
Okay.
Yeah, it's something completely crazier.
Gnosis.
The Gnostics were a very strange group.
Noxus.
The Gnostics. Anyways,
shout out to League of Legends, by the way.
Yeah.
I just started thinking about Noxus.
Demacia.
Denoxus.
Denoxia. I ship Denoxia.
Demaglia.
Oh god.
Fucking Nar, dude.
Nar's a troll.
That's a weird name for a book or religion or whatever.
No, book
the angels are cucking the people.
So then they made giants. So because the women gave birth to giants.
Oh shit!
And that's where the
frost giants.
That's where the
I feel like they died.
That's where the Nephilia comes from. Yeah, some people say that they all died. Some people make the argument that the bloodlines of the giants
maybe that's where they learned C-section.
Remained in some of Noah's family, and they spread out.
You also got to wonder how giants work. Are they born small then get really big real fast?
I think you have One Piece giants.
Or are they born big?
Think of One Piece giants. That's a better explanation.
I've never seen a baby giant. I don't know if they're like human sized and then they grow big because
They're probably baby size and
Pitbull
grow
puppies
big.
are tiny.
Like Clifford.
Like the first giants
never
were
grow.
probably not like.
Yeah, like Clifford. He started out
Yeah,
small, and then
yeah.
it's a good thing he didn't get born like that. He'd have a dead mom.
Blah blah blah. You know, a bunch of other things happen in the story. So our great leader, our great hero, David, the chosen one of God, David, the king of Israel, David.
What if we just had a friend named David sitting right there?
yeah, David. He was just
Like, what?
yelling at David, and
you're
David's
talking
like,
about
"Oh God, so much responsibility." But no, David saw this hot woman bathing across to another building,
yeah,
he was like,
Ooh.
"Who is that lady?"
He was like
And-
#thick.
Yeah, #thick
With
4
her
C's.
shirt.
With her shirt.
With
With
her
a shirt.
Damn, girl, how you looking so fine
Wasn't
with
wearing
your
a shirt.
shirt? With
So-
your shirt.
That girl
With your shirt.
that girl that he basically quote unquote found or saw, she later how do I say this
Grew a penis.
she later
Ultimate trap.
she started banging King David, but in secret.
Good for
And
him.
King David found out the husband was one of his generals, sent the husband to go on a suicide mission.
Sounds like Gladiator.
The
Is this the movie
the guy
Gladiator?
basically died. Hey, the Bible, if anything, was first. But
Yeah,
anyway.
you're right. It was first.
Anyways, so then, David kept on cucking this guy until he died on the battlefield for
totally
David.
kill
Oh,
Yeah.
asshole!
Yeah,
Fight to the death.
David, our great
Fuck your
leader,
life.
cuckolded.
Okay, this is important. This is a shout out to all my cat boys that were offended earlier. You know, you don't have to question me because I know that cats have multiple fathers. Cats are whores.
Totally strangle
No,
somebody with
you
saran
think
wrap.
those kittens are all related?
Okay.
No, they're step brothers.
Oh, that's a good question.
Do cats watch each other? Do they do it in? Well, that's more like a group thing. But
No, they do it out in the open.
I know they have multiple partners.
Would,
these cats.
would you guys be
Cuck
okay?
life.
Okay, so what if you
Oh,
did? What if
gosh.
you did cuckage, but with like a full body condom?
Sorry, cat boys.
No. Gangbang cuckage.
Gangbang cuckage.
Full body condom. What can
Oh
you do
yeah.
with that?
What if you had to feel less guilty because you were with a bunch of other people, so you spread the guilt around?
The twin thing. No, more.
No.
extreme.
No. So hypothetically, let's say, we just knew a
Have we
chick.
gone full circle on anything yet?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah. Let's say we just knew a chick, and we like all three of us
Cat killer.
did it
Yeah.
at once,
At once?
Oh.
Yeah.
and that chick had a man, and that man's name was Cat Killer.
Does he get to watch?
Isn't that what happened on Wednesday?
I don't think I would want to cock anybody named Cat Killer. We're referred to without question of who we're talking about as Cat Killer.
Like, that's
And that blood note thing wasn't a joke. Oh God. Fucking. If you want to, I mean, like, it wouldn't be hard to find out who you're talking about if they knew who you were and they knew who
But
your
they
friends
won't.
were.
Yeah.
I've used my name a few times, and I think
Yeah.
you guys have as well. So I
I've
gave
never
up
used
on
my
this.
name.
Speaking of people we'd want to.
Alondra.
Oh yeah.
Wow, let's change the subject. Oh, that's the first name you thought about. Okay, learn something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that black chocolate. I know I was saying they're only good for one thing earlier. It was for love. it was for love. The other women are for, well, the
You
Mexicans are for
You
cooking.
should have
The white
made
women
your
are for
move.
cleaning.
You should have made your move.
Asian women are for sex.
Well, it's okay. You
That
can,
sounds like a good spread of women, right?
You
Black
can
women are for breeding.
How would you ethnically organize your women's task?
like for breeding. I probably pick like
Mexican. Never mind. Oh, well,
No.
I was gonna go for food.
for
Cooking
bre-
is Mexican.
Mexican
But
would be
I want a Mexican
cooking.
kid.
Then you have a different choice. But for me, the breeding would probably be with like Asian.
Sex or
Um,
breeding.
Breeding would be Asian. Sex would probably be with like black chick.
No, white chick, just to piss off white guys.
Oh yeah, it's all white guys.
And they get to watch. Cuck life. Full circle.
And then what are the
No,
cooking?
black chick, huh?
Then cooking would be the
Oh,
Hispanic.
you know what?
And then
cooking could be really good for black chick too. No, you get
then,
sick of all that.
and then and then black chick just cleans up, I guess.
I keep luring you back to their
But
racist
the problem there isn't really a problem here. Like
Racist
I would
discussions.
probably just want the harem of all of them interacting.
I feel like we're neglecting some races. Like, hey man, I'm none of those. You forget about me. Well, guess what? There's 4 main ones. And your ethnicity's under
the
that.
problem with Native Americans is they're basically represented by Hispanics because they're mostly mestizos.
Aren't the 3 there's like 3 races and a whole bunch of ethnicities. I think it's just Asian.
There's Caucasian, Mongoloid, and Negroid.
There's 3 of
We're
them.
Mongols.
I thought it was
Technically,
I thought it was
we're all Caucasian, and we both have
I
Mongoloid
thought it
DNA.
was white, black, and no. I thought Asian. Asian.
I hail from Genghis
White
Khan.
white and Latino are in the same. And then black.
Oh god, there's a really good meme
feel
where
like they just cut one of
basically
those
like
guys out.
what is it a Turkish guy or whatever is talking to another Turkish guy on a horse and says, "Hey, I'm gonna go there and conquer." It's like they're gonna assimilate you. No, I'm gonna be fine. And then he comes out like Finnish, and then the other guy's like, "What the fuck happened?" Cultural cuckage. That's a good question. Would you let your culture get cucked?
No, my culture does the cucking. We're America.
Okay. So you would you want America to cuck other cultures?
Yes. Or liberate them, as we like to call it. But yeah.
I am against cultural cuckage first.
I am for it completely.
Well, this is my reason. I think when we do cultural cuckage, we usually do it in a very incorrect way.
We don't have other countries that watch.
No, we have countries that watch. The problem is, they're not willing. So basically,
They don't care enough about the countries we're cucking.
yeah, like basically, if we're gonna cuck a country, can't we cuck like a country that like
That everybody loves, like Europe.
I don't know, or at least the ones with like really hot women. Like we did that with Japan. I think that was a good idea. They're pretty Americanized now.
Let me give you some advice. You walk up to the groupie and you whip your dicks out.
Yeah, you whipped out your dicks.
You whips out your dicks.
But I don't want the groupies. I want to be cucked. Toki, nobody wants to get cucked. Why not? I want to watch. I want to enjoy. I want a bull to go very hard in woman, and then I go, oh no!
Can you sit in there and just like play his guitar just sadly?
Yeah.
No, it's a happy song.
Oh no, that wouldn't be Toki. That'd be Swizgar Squiggins. My mother's a whore.
Player, isn't he?
The first sexual experience I ever had was when I walked in and my mom was getting banged by 2 men. It was traumatizing.
I feel like sometimes women deserve to be banged by 2 men, and that's okay.
Or up to 5.
Up to 5, but no more.
Maybe even
have to disavow
More than 5.
this
you're a
degeneracy.
slut. I don't use the word slut lightly, but more than 5.
Well, like
is
20
you don't
20
even
chicks
have
and one guy.
6 holes. Well, you know what? We'll make a new hole.
But he doesn't
Life
He
goals.
doesn't get to bang them. They just have to.
You ever just-
all he has them is like shower his face.
You guys
with,
ever
like, a
just look at
juice horrible.
somebody? It doesn't have to be a girl. It could be anybody. They just got that face. And you see their eyes. They're beautiful eyes. You just want to, like, get into the eyeball till blood squirts out and you make a new hole just for you.
Give that skull fuck.
That eyeball hole is now yours. For whatever you want. Well, you know
there's if you want, you could get with like a chick that's into like losing her eyeball. Like,
I want a chick that's in the knife play, but is smart enough to use the back of the knife.
oh, so you want her to use it on you?
An edgy chick.
The edge of the blade. No.
You would kind of want to get. You would want to get with a vampire chick, probably.
Yeah, or a goth chick.
I feel like you get made fun
Vampire
of for
chick
that.
specific.
I feel like you would get made
No,
fun of
you would want to get with a vampire chick specifically because the goth chick would probably be a poser and be like, "Oh God, I don't want to do knife play," but the vampire chick's like, "Fuck yeah, daddy, I want to drink the blood."
You know what? Maybe vamp chicks aren't what South Park made them out to be. Maybe they're actually cool. Instead of douchebags that y'all don't want to know what's going on
It's
over here.
420.
Hey man,
They don't know that.
it's not like it's a cigarette, and you don't know what time it is. Yeah, that's what time it is.
It's always that time.
It is. It's that time for you. But he can't talk with his.
Anyways, I'd say that this is a great ending for
What,
our
420?
conversation on cucking. Anyways, have a happy 420 and a Merry Christmas.